Well, welcome everyone to our weekly Wednesday night mindful moments. We go live every night at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, right here on Instagram. And we talk about different topics every week as well. And this will be our very last one on Instagram. So if you're not following us yet on YouTube, you're going to want to check out our highlights. And we also often share a link through our stories, or you can private DM us as well for the link to our YouTube channel. So right after here, or while you're on here, make sure to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. And in the new year, so this will be our last live before the holidays. So it's going to be kind of like a chill live. We're going to talk about the holidays and fun stuff. And then we will meet again on YouTube in the new year. And we're super excited to see all of you right after all the holidays as well. So make sure to go follow us.
Yeah, we appreciate the support. If you can link to our YouTube and support us, that would be wonderful.
Yes, we appreciate it so much. And it's free to support.
Absolutely.
All I gotta do is click the button.
Absolutely. And we do shorts on there too. Like we've been not just these videos, but we've been posting shorts on our YouTube too. So
Yeah, exactly. And if there's anything that you guys want to see on there, just send us a DM anytime. And we want to add as much value to all of you in whatever way we can.
absolutely.
And last live, we kind of talked about the holiday stress and like how Christmas and the holiday season looks different for everybody as well. And we just want to also send another friendly reminder that, this time of the year can be a really difficult time for a lot of people. So make sure that you're reaching out to them and reaching out to everybody during this time as well, because just hearing from someone, you could really make a difference in their holiday season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Carrie.
Hey.
Yeah, just even sending a message, or even going for a walk or going for coffee or having a FaceTime or whatever that is, just for a few minutes, can really lift somebody's spirits for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Just showing that you're there and that you care.
Yes, we'll share the link. We'll send it to you, Isabel. We'll share the link for our YouTube. We would really appreciate it.
Yes, for sure. And thank you for your support. It truly means the world to us.
Yes, absolutely it does.
So we're going to celebrate. So this is our last and final live on Instagram, and then we get to learn YouTube.
Yeah.
So
you'll definitely want to be there for that because I think there's going to be a bit of a learning curve. But we'll
you won't want to miss you will not want to miss our first live.
Yeah. We have a couple weeks, since this is our last one for the year, we have a couple weeks to kind of do a bit more research into it and stuff. But I think it's going to be a bit of a learning game for sure.
Exactly. But learning new things is always fun.
Absolutely.
So if you guys want to mark it in your calendar, so our next live, which is going to be on YouTube from now moving forward, will be January 8th. If you want to mark that into your calendar. And if you're having any issues trying to follow us, reach out any time because you'll have to be following us in order to attend our live as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we have challenges coming up. We have guest speakers, we're still going to do the guest speaker series and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of things, and hopefully we're just going to grow and just have a bigger community. That's what we're really hoping for, to be able to not just support us, but for all of us in the community to support each other and grow and heal and learn together.
Yes, exactly. And I think even from our Instagram lives, we've all together, because some of you are on here every single week, and we've had a lot of growth together, which has been so amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we try and support everyone's stuff just as they support us too. And so it's kind of like a give and take, so we really appreciate that.
Yes, for sure. And we want to talk about, for speaking of Christmas and the holidays, we want to talk about 5 gifts that everyone on here and all of us should be giving ourselves for this Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of them, so I'll start with the first one, is self-love. So appreciating all that you are, all your flaws and everything about you, loving you for who you are, celebrating your achievements, treating yourself and like meeting your own needs and just like really truly loving yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. It all starts with you.
Unconditionally too, right? Like, yeah, as you were saying, like with all our flaws and with all our strengths, and sometimes when we do things that maybe we're not so proud of, we'll talk about those. Like, you know, how do you really cultivate that in yourself and help yourself to grow? Because that's probably one of the best gifts you can give yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And we talked on our last live about self-love. So if you guys go and follow us, there's a lot of different tips, and we did the self-love tree. So that gave us a bunch of different branches to kind of look at. So going to watch our, oh, look at this one. That's cutie. Oh, it's so sweet. Where'd you go? But yeah, so I mean, there's also one's about self-love, about boundaries, about toxic people, about what else have we done this year?
Yeah, we've done a lot of different, like for the self to go. I know he is getting really, really big.
I know for that. That's why I paused for a
It's
second. I was
almost hard.
like, Tuco or Otis? Like,
He's just looking at me.
but we've done, yeah. So we've done quite a few. So circling back, and we've done some for mental health and domestic
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah. We will have another mental health one coming up in the new year too, because we're going to be doing a push-up challenge together for the month, that month.
Absolutely. The Canadian Mental Health Association, hi, does this. So I think it's 18 days. You do 2,000 push-ups. So we do a challenge. You guys will be seeing us post our videos because we do a video every week of the push-ups that we've been doing. So we'll put that. Um, oh, that's awesome. That's so good.
That's awesome, Isabel.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that, focusing on some mental health in February, for the month of February. And you'll be seeing us doing more push-ups in different places because we're both traveling throughout the month of February.
Exactly. So we'll have lots of different kinds of push-ups.
Absolutely.
And if
That'll be great.
anybody wants to join along, it's for a great cause. Reach out to us anytime.
Yeah. And it's free to join. You just have to reach out to us. We can bring you into our group, and the only thing is that you have to do some videos of you doing push-ups here and there, so we can add it in.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's lots of fun.
And it's for a good cause too. That's very near and dear to both of us, and probably
Absolutely.
a lot of you on here too.
Yeah. So another
Well,
gift that we can give ourselves over the holiday, and we kind of talked about it in our last live too, is self-care. Taking that time for you, because the holidays are stressful. There's lots of expectations, and maybe not just expectations everybody puts on themselves, but the expectations you put on yourself too.
mhm.
Um, so remembering to take that time, take that space, do something just for you. Do something that makes you happy, that brings you peace.
Exactly. And right now, like, because the holiday season is so busy for the majority of us and can be so stressful that right now is the most important time for like, you know, doing the self-care and everything every week and every day even.
Yeah, and we did an awesome interview with Ruth, and we talked a lot about self-love and self-growth. That's also on our YouTube, so if you want to go see that, that was a really great interview, and we had a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, Ruth, if you're watching this, thank you so much for jumping on. We had a couple messages of how inspiring you were.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So thank you.
So
And
if you can just write in the chat, what are some things that you can do for yourself over the holidays? Because sometimes people are traveling and they're not at home. Sometimes people are having everybody at their house, so there's a harder time to have some privacy. But what are some things that you can do to self-care for yourself over these holidays?
yeah, drop it in the chat.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really great one. And as you guys are dropping that in the chat, we'll talk about one of the other gifts that we should give ourselves. This one's good.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
cool.
Helping somebody else too.
Yeah, exactly. And that can be a form of self-care too. Like if it makes you feel good, that you're helping someone, right?
Yep, absolutely. And there's lots of things that need, like there's different shelters, or there's food places, things that lots of people need help right now. And
Yeah.
they'd be really, really grateful. And I know that there are some places here that get together. You can find it online, and they get socks and hats and mitts, and they go hand it out to people and stuff, because we want to make sure that people are being as safe and warm and cared for as possible.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, thanks for adding that in there.
Yeah.
And another gift that we should all be giving ourselves this year is self-compassion. Lots of us, I'm pretty sure the majority of us probably have been challenged this year, right? So rather than being critical, oh yeah, infrared saunas are really good too.
Yeah, they are. They're good, relax saunas.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to have one. Aw, yes, and I love going down to Cuba. That's where actually I will be in February, is going down to Cuba. Hopefully, if all is good for travel there. It's really bad there right now.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful that one of my friends is there. Because she's actually married to one of my friends from Cuba. So she went there and she brought me. I was able to ship to her house some things that they really need because they're having 5-day blackouts and everything. So she brought these electronical things there for me. She's actually there right now. They just messaged me today.
That's awesome.
So
That's
I was able to send. Yeah, so I was able to still send some money with her, send some stuff there, even though I wasn't able to be there for Christmas this month.
Yeah. And as we were talking about earlier, Christmas, or if they don't celebrate Christmas, the holiday season, I would like to say, is that it looks different for everybody, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be one set way. And I know that, again, when we're talking about a lot of the pressures and, the pressures we put on ourselves or other people put on us and things like that, is being able to step away from that and really recognizing that, who's around the table or who's around the tree or who's around your house is way more important than what's kind of under the tree.
Exactly. That's always been what's been important to me, right? And I know you're the same.
Yeah.
And you're going to see family and stuff too. So I'm also the kind of person that we don't have to celebrate on that time, just go to spend time. Like Emma and I are both, like we said, going somewhere in February. We're just going to kind of have a post celebration. It doesn't have to be on that day. We're still going to celebrate and be there and
absolutely
spend time together.
Yeah, I'm going to go spend it with family in February. So that's when we've decided to meet. So I think it'll be fun. And those kind of things for me is much more important, is doing things together and having that time and having experiences together. That is so much more important to me than having a gift under the tree, right? Because someone's time, as we said, is priceless.
Exactly. It's the most precious thing ever.
I'm going to Eleuthera, out in the Bahamas. I'm going to some of the islands out in the Bahamas, the pink beaches.
Yay!
Yeah.
That'll be so fun.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This year I didn't travel. Usually I try and go somewhere, but this year I didn't travel. So yeah, it's going to be really nice. It'll be a lot of fun.
Now I might be going on 2 trips actually, because I might be going somewhere in January to Mexico because Brad needs to get cheaper done. His dental's way cheaper in Mexico, so it's cheaper to just go on a trip. Yeah. So we might have to go to Cuba and Mexico.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Yeah.
So, anyways, another gift to give ourselves this Christmas is forgiveness. Maybe like, do you have done something that you like are feeling bad for? Like, you're always forgiving yourself for anything that you've done and knowing that
Yes.
mistakes happen, or like forgiving yourself for the way that you may have treated yourself, or like, or someone, or maybe someone that like forgiving others too that maybe mistreated you as well, right? Because there's so many people that can mistreat us, and we have to forgive those people.
And not for them. You don't forgive them for them. You forgive
Yeah,
them for you to be able to move
move
forward, right? Like
forward. You can't move
forgiveness
forward if you
doesn't,
don't forgive.
yeah, exactly. And forgiveness doesn't mean acceptance. Like it doesn't mean that their behavior is okay, right?
Yeah,
It just means that you've been able to forgive that
and move
situation or what
forward.
happened, be able to move forward. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you never forgive them and you never move forward, it's so hard. So you're gonna hold on to that, right?
Hmm.
So, because
Yeah, and
life
that's a
is
huge
short.
weight.
Life is short. Just forgive and let go.
Yeah. And I will be honest, like self-forgiveness has been really, really hard for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, love
That
like
is,
Jesus. That's what they say, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. That is so true.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's hard because, yeah, I find that sometimes it's hard to forgive people, but once you kind of get there and you have your mindset and you kind of process, then you can forgive. But I think the hardest person to forgive is yourself sometimes, right? Because we're the
Hmm.
ones that live with ourselves. We're the ones that wake up with ourselves. We're the like you can't escape yourself, right? So you need to have to learn how to build that comfort and that forgiveness. But sometimes we're much harder on ourselves too.
Yeah. And you're right, Isabel. It can be so hard for both yourself and others, right? Especially if someone has really wronged you. It's really hard.
But
But
I'm
I have
gonna. I
heard
want
it's
to also.
actually,
Sorry.
oh,
No,
go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say. I also wanted to say in response to that is that like when I say that I forgive people, it is very hard. I think it is
Mhm.
hard. Um, and I think it's not just you just forgive them. I think it's a process of forgiving, right? Like I don't
Yeah.
think you forgive somebody and then that's it. I think it's a process of forgiving. And then kind of you just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean that they have access to you anymore, right? So letting that go, forgiving, but also not allowing that to come back because like that's self-respect and looking after yourself, right?
Yeah.
I learned
Exactly.
that the hard
It is a
way. Like
process.
it's
Yeah.
a one lesson, two lesson, three lesson. I'm like, okay, now I got it.
Yes. Letting go of resentment. Yeah,
Yeah, resentment
that's
is, can
true.
be really, really hard too. But I think also a part of resentment is the fact that we may, in some cases, we may resent somebody um, because we have not taken that stand to say this is not okay. This is my boundary. You can't do this. I don't accept this. Those kind of things. Like because when we let people do things over and over again, sometimes that builds resentment. But we also have a part in that, right? And the part in that is being able to stand up for ourselves or be able to voice what our boundaries are.
Yes. Yes, that's where setting boundaries comes into place, which we've been
Absolutely.
talking about and teaching about as well. And it's still a learning progress
Oh,
for
absolutely.
myself. Sometimes
Absolutely.
it can be hard to set those boundaries and everything, but it feels so good when you
It,
do.
it does. I was going to say that too, is that, you think about it, you're like, oh, and then you lay this boundary and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, and it's not a boundary, again, controlling or doing something for somebody else. It's how you protect yourself. So when this happens, these are the things that I'm going to do because, this is my boundary. So again, it's protecting yourself. So including all this like self-love and self-acceptance and self-forgiveness and self-compassion.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the
Another
last one
one,
we're going to talk about is self-acceptance,
acceptance.
right?
Yeah. And acceptance altogether, like what has happened, right? So resisting is only going to cause you more suffering if you're resisting what's happened. So
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
just, yeah, having that acceptance.
Yeah, resistance and like that fight that builds that anxiety, right? And that builds that response. So it's not easy, but learning
Mm.
to see things for what they are is a really big step. I think is sometimes like, again, we have trouble with self-acceptance or even acceptance of things from other people because we justify those behaviors or we justify those actions, but not justifying and being very raw and seeing it for what it is and having that reality. And whether or not you're proud of that, you still need to accept that that was an action or a behavior or something that kind of went on in your life. And once you accept that, then you can learn from it and move forward.
Exactly. Yes, everything that happens in our life all becomes like a learning curve as well.
Yeah.
We can learn and grow after everything that happens, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think you can learn and grow from everything. I don't know if everybody does. So because it takes that accountability, right? When we're putting that in there, is there's accountability that people have to have for their actions and for the things that they choose to do or choose to say, right? And sometimes when people don't take accountability, that's really difficult.
yeah, yes, exactly. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have control over that. But
exactly.
you
And that
have
can affect
control
our mindset.
over what you do with that.
Yeah. And it might take time to kind of control like that as well, because sometimes things that happen to us when we're younger can really affect our mindset and the way we handle things too. And sometimes that can be a long learning curve
Absolutely.
to try and overcome that, right?
That's absolutely right.
That you have to accept it and not let it affect your life and mindset. Yes, that is so true. And sometimes that can take a lot of work too with your mindset if something has happened to you severely when you're younger, right?
Yeah. And as they say, like when you start to have those emotions, go through them,
Um,
feel them.
yeah, I know, man. And Amanda, you have grown so much. Like you have overcome a lot.
Yeah,
And I'm so proud of you. Like you've overcome a lot. Every
absolutely. And
day.
I've seen you grow like this year too and come out of your shell a lot too. And
Yeah. This year you've had a lot of growth. Like I am just so proud of you. I just want to shout out from the top of the mountain to tell you.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I love you lots. So
Well, we want to wish everybody a happy holiday and a happy new year. We're wishing you like health and good times. Look after yourself.
yes, lots of love. Wish you're surrounded by lots of love. And we're so excited to meet up with you all in the new year on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we'll post the YouTube channel in our stories tomorrow. So if you go to
Yeah.
our stories tomorrow, then it will have our YouTube link. If you can click on there and support us, because it's going to be a new year, new things are coming. It's going to be amazing.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Carrie. We
Thank,
really appreciate you.
yes, thank you so much.
Happy
And
holidays
yes,
to everybody and
happy holidays
have a safe one.
and happy New Year. 2025 is going to be an amazing year to come for all of you. Love you all
Absolutely.
and hope you enjoy the rest of the holiday season.
Much love and light. Bye.
Yeah, love you all.
Bye.
Bye.